ways that have helped us improve our mother-daughter relationship. Sometimes we put so much expectations and so much pressure on what a mother should be that we forget that they're also just a human navigating this life experience.
My own personal development and growth has actually cultivated so much into what we have. You worked hard, you respected me, and that came with the initial trust that I had for you, that my girls are going to get it together. Nabado.
Don't laugh at me! Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Aggie. On this channel I bring you my two passions, which are all things wellness, all things dance, sprinkled with some vlogs and stuff of life. And today, we have got my amazing mum, which you all seem to love more than me. Fine, I'm just gonna move past that. Hi mum.
Hi, but that is self-explanatory. How can they not love me more? I'm the one who brought in.
Hey! So we are currently on our way to Coventry. So we're in a little road trip, and I thought, why not give you some content? I wanted to bring some kind of value, even though it's like a fun environment. This is going to be 6 ways that have helped us improve our mother-daughter relationship. So I am going to say 3 and mom is going to say 3, one at a time, and she's going to say it from her perspective as a mom, and I'm going to say it from a child's perspective. Now the reason I thought this video was important or could help someone is because we do have a good relationship, and I take ownership and pride in that, because I do know it's difficult as an adult in this day and age to have a healthy and happy relationship with a parent. With my mom, fortunately I have a good one, and I've seen things that are tangible that I can tell you, and maybe you can apply, and maybe you can, if you want to work on a relationship in particular with your mom, then I think these can help you. And I brought mom here so that she can say hers. I actually don't know which one she's gonna say. I don't think that she doesn't know which ones I'm gonna say, but it'll be interesting to see whether they'll be similar, so that you know that regardless of whatever relationship it is, if you have these kinds of things, then it's ultimately going to make that relationship better for you. Let me know in the comments whether any of these help. Let me know any tips that have worked for you. I'm definitely still working on my relationship with my dad, because it's a two-way thing. However, I'm very grateful to have a mom who can take accountability on her part now that I'm an adult, so that we actually have a healthy, it's not just one-sided and the parent knows all and it's all only about the parent. When you're older, you start understanding that both of you are still relevant in the relationship. And also, I put videos of me and my mom on, I've got her on my YouTube, I've got her on my Instagram. If you're not on my Instagram, then you're definitely missing out on content. And a lot of you do ask and comment on the relationship that we have, because it seems so fun and it seems so free and it seems so rare. And really aircon right now. Travel on set, yeah, and it seems so fun and caring and free, which it is, but I think that's the result of some of the things that we've done, as opposed to it's just fun because it's fun. I mean, we do get on as people, but I think there are other things that we've eked out that have allowed us to ultimately have a fun and carefree relationship that you see. So you can go on my on the YouTube to see some content with mom. You can go on my Instagram, maybe you can get more of a vibe of how we are, so that you can maybe understand the tips that I'm about to give you. Anyway, so we are gonna get right into it. Mom, do you want to go first?
Yes, I don't mind going first.
Okay, so mom, what one reason in your eyes you believe we have been able to cultivate the beautiful mother-daughter relationship that we have now?
Do you want me to elaborate or just say one word?
No, elaborate.
Okay. I think I'm going to go first with love. And I know there are so many elements that have resulted into the relationship that we have with my girls, but ultimately I think the love that we have has held us together. And not that parents don't love their children. There are some toxic relationships, but I think it's the way you navigate around that love. Because sometimes we say we give tough love to our children, which is actually true, so that we mold them into the kind of people that we want them to be. And that's normally when they are growing, when they are young, when you say no, when they don't seem to understand why you are tough, all those kind of things. That comes with a tough love, when they don't understand why you are treating them like that. And even when we punish them, that doesn't mean we don't love them. We still love them. But I think once you understand that you love your children, and you work towards them understanding why you behave the way you behave, as they grow older, you kind of now try to relax into the tough love, and now try to establish some kind of friendship. And that way, your children are going now to understand you even more, why you are behaving the way you are behaving before. Because like myself, I know I had that very, very tough love, because I was scared as a single mom they might turn up to be what I don't want to be. And I know so many single mothers can resonate with that. But as they started growing older, I started releasing and kind of like now trying to establish kind of a relationship with them, a friendship with them. And they embraced it. Actually, they could have stopped it based on how I treated them before. Not that I was an animal, but I know I was very, very tough. And it came with a lot of insecurities and all this kind of stuff. But as I started to release and now establishing a nice friendship, we started becoming friends, and we've never gone back. And I think that is the main thing that has held us so much together.
That's a really good point.
The love that we have.
That is a really good point. She was tough when we were younger, but she's released that, and it's been beautiful to see what that has created from that. My first one is self-awareness, and this is from me onto her, and then her self-awareness on top of that. I have made it a mission in my life, in my adult life, to understand myself, understand my childhood trauma, understand me as a person even more. And the more I've done that, the more I've been able to extend that onto mom. As an adult, there was a point where I had to be like, mom is a human on this earth that happens to be my mother. So therefore, if she's the same as me, that therefore she has her own traumas, her own insecurities that she may not be aware of. So sometimes we put so much expectations and so much pressure on what a mother should be that we forget that they're also just a human navigating this life experience. And so when I was working on my childhood trauma and understanding some of the things of why I've become what I've become, there are things that mum was like that added to that. But as an adult, I can see that she was doing that because she was doing the best that she could with the knowledge that she had, given the experience she had had as a child. So then when I see mum, I'd never call her this, but as Anna, mom is Anna who lives on earth. I am Aggie who lives on earth, and she's a human before she's my mom. So there's such compassion that I can see why she would have done some of the things she's done. And even now I'm like, oh, I understand where she would be coming from, because I have so much more compassion. In addition to that, her own self-awareness, because mom has graduated with counseling. Woo! She's now officially a counselor, and to see her in that journey has helped this relationship so much, because she's becoming more self-aware in herself. She's always been a very, very wise woman. I will add that, like, any ounce of wisdom I know, it's from mom. But now seeing her in her, like, putting understanding her own trauma and then sharing that with me, and me then seeing her in a different light, just bridges and makes it so beautiful, because it becomes a safe space. It becomes a space where she can also see me as a young woman navigating life, as opposed to her daughter who must do this or that. Of course there's levels and there's lines. We're still parent and child. However, there's just so much space to be, and she can understand me now because I don't feel like I need to pretend or hide things from her in a certain way because she has that self-awareness. So I would say the self-awareness I've had in myself has allowed me to extend that into this relationship, additionally to the self-awareness she's had with herself. And I've just realized mom is also a navigating person on this earth. So how can I best support her in that journey? Not just what kind of mom is she meant to be. And then ironically that then makes her the best mom. So what is number 2?
Number 2 is my own self-growth. And I think, as Aggie puts it, from get-go, I think I had some kind of wisdom.
Yeah.
And looking back, actually, sometimes I wonder, where did I even learn that one from? And as I said, I trusted myself. Of course, I believe in God. I trusted in Him. And one thing I never did when I was bringing my children up is trying to get validation from people, because I know that can make things go wrong. Because one person will tell you this, another one will tell you the other way. So I trusted myself when I was bringing them up, and I think as I've grown and also developed as a woman, as Aggie says, I'm now a counselor, meaning I've had some time to learn, to reflect, to look at myself, and to understand even my kids are also humans. The way they understand me as a human being, I also look at them as humans. And once you understand that, you know, they come with mistakes, they come with weaknesses, they come with strength, and you just accept that and embrace that. So that way, and that kind of understanding and my self-development has made me embrace my children's character even more and appreciate them more, and also appreciating myself all the time, and appreciating the small team. I love it so much.
Yes. We're a little team.
So my own personal development and growth has actually cultivated so much into what we have with my girls.
We're definitely on the same page on that one for sure. My second one is really acknowledging everything mom has done for me and my sister. We come as a package, the 2 girls. Really understanding that she didn't have to. You know, there's a responsibility as a parent to raise your kids, to do certain things, but the extra miles, kilometers, the extra miles my mom went to make sure we had a good life, acknowledging that as an adult brings me so much gratitude. And therefore it makes me want to reward her even more in just the nicest way possible. Like, mom, that, you know, you gave up so much of your life, and now she's gone back into her life, like bounced back, got the love of her life, like she's doing great. But in that first part, she didn't have to give up all of that. She could have not waited until we were older, but she always said, I want to raise my children and wait until they're older before I even do anything else. That really goes a long way in the way me and Lydia have turned out. And because of that, as an adult, I'm so grateful that you did that for us. So grateful that you did that for us. And then now, because of that awareness, I'm actually grateful that I can be aware that you did that, because sometimes you can be 50 and then you start looking back and being like, oh, my mom did this and that, and what have I ever really repaid? But being this age, I can give it back now, and my mind is always at the forefront of my mind is like, oh my god, what can I do for my mom? Because it gives me so much joy because of everything that she's done for us. And I think that acknowledging everything you've done, the gratitude that brings, and therefore wanting to extend that somehow back to you, so then that makes our relationship great, because I just want you to be happy. I want you to have the best life that you possibly can. And if there's any way I can add something to that, then that makes me happy, and obviously that will ultimately make you happy in the relationship, because you can feel the gratitude of everything you've sacrificed.
Wow, okay. Actually, that is a very, very good point, because not all children go back to their parents to say they appreciate them or they acknowledge they really did a lot of work. They don't have to if they don't want to.
That's the thing.
But that is part of what cultivates a good relationship, because what can't I do to a child? Okay, she's grown now, but what can't I do for her when I know she'll come back all the time with a lot of gratitude, with a lot of acknowledging that, Mom, you didn't have to do that, and you just did it, you know. So
that it continuously adds.
That is the thing that gives me actually more morale. It kind of boosts my energy towards what I can do for you. And I thank God so much that now I don't have to, but I know, and I always tell my girls, if you're stuck, anything I work for is ours. So you don't have to go somewhere dying, thinking now I'm an adult, I should be figuring it myself. That's good, and it's good to think like that. However, you can't die, because you know there is always something to bounce back to, so that you can reorganize yourself. My last point, I think, is the trust I have in you. And the kind of trust I have in you girls is that I remember very, very well one time we sat down very intentionally, and I told you I work 2 jobs. One is for me, one is for your dad. And the reason I did that is so that you will never lack anything. That was my understanding then. And I really didn't want you to feel like you lacked anything because dad was not in your life. And I remember telling you, if I did my part, I worked, made sure we have a roof over our heads, made sure we have food on the table, why wouldn't you do your part? Go to school, do what is expected of you, get there on time, don't get into trouble all the I don't have time to be called in school all the time. You know, if you are responsible people, you play your part, and I did mine. Then where are we ever gonna crash? I remember that. And I had in my mind and in my heart, I had a feeling that is exactly what is going to happen. I trusted you. I knew what I'm saying, and because what I did, what I said I'll do, I did. So there is no reason why what I expected of you would not be done. Because if I contradicted myself, I say I'm gonna do this and that, and I never did, then it would not come as a surprise if you didn't do what I expected you to do. But you did exactly what I expected you to do. You worked hard, you respected me, and that came with the initial trust that I had for you, that my girls are going to get it together. They'll have their shit together. That one I knew you would. And I think from that, even when now you are grown and you are getting into relationships and all that, it's not that things cannot go wrong. Things can go wrong, and especially when there is another person involved. But I know even when things go wrong, you still get yourselves together. I trust that you will come out of it. I trust that you'll make a mistake and then you get into the next level. So the trust I have for you, I know it will get you to a very, very high level.
I think that's very true, because I feel it from you. I feel the trust that you have, and that's why you've given us so much freedom. Like my mom has, the minute she released that tough love that she was talking about earlier, it almost made us come to her. My mom's given us so much freedom that we freely go to her, and that trust, knowing that she has so much trust in us, it makes us trust ourselves, and then therefore trust in her more, because we want to confide in her, because we know she trusts us. So even if we tell her we've made a mistake, even if we tell her this or that has happened, because of the trust she has, the conversation never goes left. She'll never now be like, well, wouldn't you have done this or that? She can still be like, okay, learn for next time. But there's a safety you feel when someone trusts you. And there's a safety of navigating through life and knowing you can now make mistakes, and know that your mom's not going to condemn you for it, because she knows you're also a mistake-making human. But that trust is just, that's next to none. I think that one is a really important one. And when your mom is pouring words of wisdom of how much she trusts you, you're like, yeah, if my mom trusts me, what else can I not do? Who else matters if my mom trusts me? So I definitely feel that, and it makes me walk in life like, you can't do anything to me, because I know the woman I've been raised to be, because I now trust in the woman I've been raised to be. There's no doubt whatsoever. So you can't talk to me like that.
No. Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to like that? My last point of why I think a mother-daughter relationship is as good as it is is allowing you to be my friend and making the most of that. Because again, I know people my age who may not get along as much with their mom, and that, you know, I don't know whether it's from teenage where it's like, oh my god, your mom, like, you're like, that's your friend, you know, it's like an uncool thing when you're a teenager, you know, oh my god, mom, like, oh my god, I've got my friends over. But when you're older, you start seeing value in having your mom as a friend. I don't know, I just think mom is actually someone I'd be like, yeah, like my friend, listing them, because we are not just mother and daughter. And because of that, I've now allowed her to be my friend. There's one thing to just be like, my mom's my friend, but I allow her to be my friend, whether that's calling me out, whether that is having fun, like how I'd have fun with my friends. So the more I allow that, the more I'm like, I'm literally cherishing every single moment I have with her, because I'm able to see the friendship for what it is. Like, we have fun. We literally have fun. We were painting each other's nails today for ages, and that's why, no, I was painting her nails. That's why we're late, because we're there chatting for so long. That's what I do with my friends. And me allowing her to be my friend means I get to have these beautiful, cherished moments with my mom, and I'll never look back and wish I was, you know, wish I painted her nails when she asked me to, wish I, you know, those little things that come when you're older. I won't have that, because I am in it. We are going out.
Yes, for a party.
Right now we're going to a party because she's my friend. Like, I could do that, and basically I can allow that friendship to flourish. Even last night when I came home, so I live in London and I came home to Bristol. I'm only here for a few days, and I slept in my mom's bed. I slept with her because Tim's not here, that's why. But it's like, I could do that with her because she's just a friend, and we wake up and we talk for hours, go back to bed, no one wants to get up, like we're just acting like like we're just acting like friends. And I know I keep saying friends, but honestly I want you guys to understand that it's for real, it's not even a joke. Having that extra additional element of friendship to the mother-daughter relationship just transforms everything. But I also have the safety, because we have all the self-awareness stuff. If there's ever a friction, because everyone is human, I feel safe that it can be worked out with the respect that we have of mother and daughter, but with the friendship too, the understanding too, because mom will never now whip out the mom card. Like, you know, I'm the older one, I'm your mom, like shutting it down. That would make me feel uncomfortable to be her friend, because it just means you want to be my friend, but then when it comes to maybe you taking accountability of something, you want to put it under the carpet and say that you're the mom. You know what I mean? It's not that. It still feels safe that I could be like, mom, you know, that actually hurt my feelings, and maybe you don't know, but this and that. And then she'll listen and acknowledge that as a friend, or a healthy mom would. So it's a really, really good balance, because I trust this relationship. I don't feel I'm on eggshells and that she might flip on me or switch into that intense mom role because she doesn't want to look at something within herself.
That's good. And I can add to that and say these two girls are very, very strong women. They are very intelligent too, and even when I'm speaking to them, I have to think. I just don't say stuff. It's true. They'll call me out. These ones, they will call me out. They'll say, okay, mom, all right, we understand you're hurting, but that's not the way to say it. You know, they talk to me, and of course they say it with respect, but I know I'm talking to people who are confident, people who are thinking, people who are intelligent. So I also have to think anytime I'm saying anything to them, and not just like anything to correct them. Anything we are sharing, I've got to think what I'm saying before I put it across, because they'll correct the mistake if there is one.
And actually, you've mentioned before, just to touch on the trust that you said before, the fact that my mom respects me enough as the woman I am to come to me and ask me for advice, to be like, oh, okay, you know, what do you think of that? Or I'll tell her something and she's like, you're right. She's so open to it because she sees me as a person that's not just a daughter that she needs to give to. She's gone to the point where she's like, actually, yeah, she tells us, you guys are so intelligent, you're so wise, and if you say something that really makes sense to her because she's open, she'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. The amount of ideas we've come to mom and she's like, yeah, let's do it, because she trusts us and she respects us. Therefore the relationship can't go south when there's such healthy ingredients in that, you know. And as women, there could be clashes, as now that I'm a woman and you're a woman, but I think it's just gone right because of the ingredients of the cake. The cake is caking.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and I love it. Honestly,
I
would give anything
Yeah.
to bring you up again, you girls.
Yeah.
Because it was such a joyful thing.
Aw.
I know it came with a lot of struggles and all that. And actually, there was not much struggle. Because as much as it's true, as much as we know we have a game here and we are aware of it. Just like footballers, they know there is a game to play here.
Yeah.
So once you get into the field, you play the game.
Right.
So that's exactly what we did. Play your part.
Yeah.
This is a game. Do your part. The goalie does her job.
Yeah.
Yes. The referee does their job, and eventually, the game is done.
Yeah.
Yeah. The game is done. Yeah.
And now we enjoy.
And now we are enjoying looking back, and of course with so much laughter.
Yeah.
You remember this time, you remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now bado.
Bado. English speaker, that means
not yet.
Not yet. Technically means not yet.
Not yet.
But just
it's like
more
the game
is
is
coming.
not yet over.
Yeah. And like Stormzy's new video just said, this isn't a phase, it's phase 1. So
wow.
Let's start. Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. Thank you so much for that, Mom. That was really cute. Thank you so much for watching. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. And we might do a few more of just, mother-daughter things, because they're fun. They're absolutely really fun.
And we have a while to go. We might do another one.
You never know. Yes. Yeah. But please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It really helps this channel. It makes me know what kind of content you like. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye.